Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I'd say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception,
You
right?
are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-to-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-to-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
And everyone always tells me the fullback is leaving the game, and then I say, hold it a second. What about Kyle Juszczyk? 2-time Pro Bowler, maybe the best all-around fullback in the game for his ability to block, catch, and occasionally run the football inside.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Trent Taylor, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Hey, check 24, watch 24.
Here's Carson.
Run.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And now it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Breida. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Jennings has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. To try again after the sack, Wilson. That's caught by Jennings. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 34. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. About 3 yards there to the 27. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
54, right there, 54 miles.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here we go. 180. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go counter with Breida. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's Wilson to throw. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That penalty against DJ Fluker, the behemoth out of Alabama.
Let's go.
On the draw, this is Scarborough. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They go play action now. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Garoppolo looks to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's out right at the 25.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And an alley to run. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Draw play. This is Carson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Bunch formation, bunch formation. Come on, boys, come on.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Collins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Wilson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson now going to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggles.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another 2nd down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays 2nd down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a 1st down before they have to start their downs over again.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson.
Holding offense.
They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida.
Mike, 54. Let's go.
Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the 2nd half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They run again with Carson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, is...
And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one.
It's a foot race. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no? Oh, this is blocked. And the Niners have it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. His throw incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. That'll be complete to Breida.
Holding offense.
So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy! It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson.
toughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a 9-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Collins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that'll be incomplete.
Personal foul.
We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Carson. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Jennings has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. By the way, they're into the 2nd half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom. It got his man, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
1st down, 49ers.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL. The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll find Metcalf. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Muscles him off.
That's it, baby.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Trent Taylor there. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st down, it's Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 38.
56. Check 56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
56. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
In the back, offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They run it with Carson. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And he'll give it here to his running back. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
56 is the mic. It's just me. Me and you.
On 3rd down, Carson. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Block in the back. Offense.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Wilson. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You must be good.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
I'm gonna hit you all day.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Jaron Reed. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Garoppolo again. He finds McKinnon, complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo leaves for McKinnon on the draw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Garoppolo gets this into the hands of Taylor, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
There we go. 56. Check 56.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Seahawks, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.